Welcome to the first episode of the podcast where we'll be talking about a bunch of things weekly: streams, streaming, content creation, life, work, everything involved, and everything in between. What's it like to be a full-time streamer, full-time content creator? It's quite different every single day. There's really no day that's the same because you pretty much get to make your day exactly how you want it because you are your own boss. And it's one of the only fields of work, in my opinion, where you truly are working for yourself. Typical day for me, I wake up, let's say it's a Tuesday. Monday to Friday, the little guy's got to go to school. So we'll wake up around 7:30 or so. Maybe we sleep in a few extra minutes. He's getting ready and all that kind of stuff, so there's no major rush. We get outside the door. It's about 8:25 in the morning. Drive him to school. After that, I hit the gym. It's a good reason to go because, one, I'm already out. Two, I don't have to force myself later on in the day. And it's also a great way to start my day. So I'll go bring him to school. I hit the gym. It's probably at this point 8:50 in the morning, 9 o'clock or so. I'll work out for about an hour and 20 minutes, depending on the day. And then we head home. We head home, we shower, we have some food, we eat some breakfast, maybe some early lunch, whatever it is, whatever you're really feeling, to be honest. And then we decide what we're going to do that day. Work for me can involve anything in recording videos that day, recording something for the podcast, for YouTube, TikTok creation. It could simply be being active on socials, replying to comments, DMs, and of course, keeping up with the community on Twitch and on Discord as much, as you can and as much as you want. So that's the afternoon. We typically go about from maybe 12:30 till about 2:30 of work. So only a couple hours, really. And this is not obviously grueling work. This is just stuff that I need to get done for my stream. So if there's anything that I need to do for the stream itself or upcoming videos or anything like that, that's when we do it. So I maybe work about 2 hours during the afternoon. This is obviously after, we've got a workout in and we've got our food in us and all that kind of stuff. After that, well, little guy's got to get picked up. So we'll get home around 3:05, 3:10, and then we'll do whatever we kind of want. I try not to work, and that's kind of why, for me, I have an office where I do my work, and then at home, I don't have my computer, I don't have anything like that. I do have my phone, so we try to limit time on there, but at the end of the day, all our work gets done in about 2 hours throughout the day, and then we do whatever we want the rest of the day. Now, as a content creator and a streamer, you also have to, stream. So for me, I do stream 6 times a week. So that includes 3 night streams, so 8 p.m. Eastern, and then we do 2 kind of really daytime ones where it's in the afternoon. So Wednesdays, it's almost the entire day from 11 to 5, and then Fridays is the later afternoon. And then Saturday mornings is just like our kind of chill. I wake up Saturday morning, have a shower, come to the office, and we start stream at about 10 a.m., and then we stream for a few hours, and the work day is over and done with. So every day is a little bit different because some days include streams, some days don't. Mondays are my days off where I do pretty much whatever the heck I want. And the nice part about this, which honestly, one of the biggest benefits to this career path in terms of being your full-time job, is you are your own boss and you can create your own schedule. If I wake up one day and I really don't feel like doing the item on the list that I needed to do that day, I can literally just not do it. And I can just continue with whatever I wanted to do, whatever I felt comfortable doing. Honestly, sometimes that's just sitting at home on the couch watching a movie rather than actually putting any work in that day, knowing that work will, need to be done the next day or the next and the next, but not too far away. So that's honestly one of the biggest benefits, is making your own schedule, but also working for yourself. Downside of that is that you work for yourself, and the only person that can stay accountable to you is you. So you really have to stay in line with your schedule, your time time management, your prioritization skills, all that kind of stuff in order to get the work done when it's supposed to get done. It's very, very easy to just push things aside and eventually not get to them. Speaking of one of the joys of being a full-time streamer and a content creator is the fact that this is work that isn't work. Now, people will say that if you're passionate enough about whatever hobby or whatever job you're doing, you'll be, content. Now, this is definitely something where recording videos, playing video games, chatting with people, meeting people, going on trips, and everything in between. When you tell that to someone who works in construction or is in criminal justice field or works that 9 to 5 on a Monday to Friday, weekends as well, when you put into perspective and compare those types of jobs and occupations that are out there, this is a very easy field to be in. It's honestly, when you sit back, one of the biggest joys of it all is the fact that you are doing something that is quite easy. It's easy on the body. It's do whatever when you want, and recording videos and playing video games and playing music and doing art and just communicating and connecting with people is not a job, but more just so a lifestyle. Now, this does come with some downsides, of course. The streaming industry is quite difficult to work in, but there is the whole business side of things. Now, that comes with some complications when it comes to income, revenue, expenses, profits, taxes, everything that comes with a business, a growing business when it comes to financials, but also the fact that in order to grow the business, you need to know a little bit about business in general. Streamers and content creators don't necessarily understand how to manage a business when it does start to grow. That is often one of the downsides, because if you don't know how to manage the business as it's growing, so not just your follower count on social media or on your streams or anything like that, but I'm talking when revenue grows, when partnership brands deals come in, when people are reaching out to you to work with them, when there's money coming in and money going out, it takes a lot to understand what is best for you as a person, but also what is best for you as a business. So that's kind of a downside, is wrapping your head around the entire business aspect of things and making sure you're just taking the right step in the right direction. There's a lot of scrutiny on the internet, and there's a lot of backlash, a lot of negativity. So being a content creator, full-time streamer, this is your life. So everything you do is often shared on the internet. Now, of course, you control what is shared in terms of your personal life. However, every word you say, every video you post, every action you do can be twisted, can be really kind of just taken the wrong way by a lot of people. And this is one of the hardest things to do. And this is why you'll hear a lot of content creators simply say that they don't read comments. They don't read any of the negativity. And honestly, it's for the benefit of their own mental health, because when you can ignore things and not see them, not read them, then you're not bothered by them. The internet is a crazy place nowadays. And when you make a living off of it, you need to be careful, but you also need to be able to not take things too personally from people that don't know you. It's always important to remember that you are putting yourself out there, and it is a vulnerable position to be in. However, when those things do come towards your way, you can either ignore them, you could read them and move on, you can respond if you wish. However, most times, in my personal experience, the best way to handle scrutiny and any type of negativity on the internet, being a content creator and streamer, is just to simply ignore and move on. One of the biggest pressures about being a content creator and streamer is being, for lack of better words, formidable on schedule. As a streamer, you have a schedule most times in terms of when you're going to go live. The biggest issue with this is if there are things happening and you're not feeling well, or if things in life are not going well that day, if the little guy is just giving you a hard time, if there's something with family going on, if you just, friends and family are giving you a little bit of stress or any sort of frustration, stress, or emotional distress and just distraction, eventually when 8 p.m. hits, you have to turn that off and become exactly what you need to be for your stream. One of the coolest things about being your own boss in your own content creation world is the fact that you get to set your own goals. And some of those goals are based off of numbers on different platforms. Hitting certain numbers gets you certain things and puts you on different levels. However, your internal goals for yourself and your business are your own, which is the coolest part. Now, there is some pressure to make sure that those goals are attained in order to continue as a content creator and as a streamer, to make sure that obviously your bills are paid and expenses for the business are paid, et cetera, et cetera. However, this comes with the fact that setting your goals needs to be done properly, and if done properly, should be attainable, realistic, and so on and so forth. One of the biggest things in terms of working as a content creator and streamer would be balance. And balance is something where you can be completely addicted and obsessed with streaming and creating the content and sharing it and being on social media. However, if it does consume you, then it can have adverse effects on your mental health, on your stream and your content, and you as a business entirely. One of the switches that I made more recently was having an office space for my content creation. So that would be when I'm going live, doing YouTube's content creation, doing podcast recordings, and so on and so forth. Having that separation from home definitely helps. However, not everyone is able to do that. So it's really important to realize that when you streaming for extremely long hours, not doing anything aside from that, not communicating with friends outside of the streaming world, family, if you have a job and you're not going to it because you stayed up late, the balance needs to be set immediately right off the bat, and you obviously have to learn how to balance more as you go. When you grow, you're everything's fine, everything's great. Following is growing, the content is growing and getting better, the numbers are going up and up, and everybody's having a great time. However, if you become unbalanced, then everything starts to go down. This is one of the reasons why I actually don't start my day until 11:30, 12, because I get to do the things in the morning that keep me mentally grounded. So like I said, going to the gym, taking the little guy to school, having a breakfast, sitting down, taking my time. If something does need to get done, then it's planned for the afternoon. This way, we start the day on a good foot, we feel good, and we also get that balance in terms of making sure that things at home are done and making sure that our work gets done at the same time in the same day. So for me, being a full-time streamer, content creator is something that is full of joy and absolute freedom. It's a freedom lifestyle that I never thought I wanted. Being in the criminal justice system for 8 years, being in the gym industry for just over 2 years, roughly, working Monday to Friday and working weekends and all that kind of stuff, being set the schedule of you work, such and such hours, 8 hours a day. After that 8 hours is over, well, your work is over. You go home and you don't have to think about anything and worry about anything. Being a content creator, I get to set my own schedule and do whatever the heck I want. And having that freedom lifestyle allows me to work from wherever I want as well, and allows me to go on vacations, take time away. If I need to get something done, I just need the internet. And nowadays it's everywhere. So being a full-time streamer does have its advantages and benefits. Being a full-time content creator has the same advantages and same benefits. However, they both have their downsides and their negative aspects as well. And some may say that's just like every other job out there. But I wouldn't want any other job out there. So I think that's a pretty good summary of what my day might look like and some of the benefits and downsides of being a full-time streamer content creator. Every day is different. You're your own boss. You can work whenever you want, from wherever you want, however you want. Sounds pretty nice. I'd like to continue sharing more information about whatever it may be. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me via Discord. Come into a live stream on Twitch too if you felt like it. Share some comments and some feedback, but also shoot your questions. I'm open to answering anything out there. Till then, we'll see you on the next episode of Formcast.